What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Niner Sickness with another Niner Sickness podcast. How's everyone doing? I hope everyone is having a great time. We're going to talk a little bit of 49er news. If you haven't heard, a quarterback of the Niners have been let go from their position. Who is that quarterback? Who am I talking about? Let's find out right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure to please wipe your feet before entering and smash that like button for your boy Niner Sickness. How's everybody doing today? We got Daniel Burry Sports in the house. Welcome, welcome. We got Damien in the house. What's up, Niner faithful? Hit that like and subscribe to the channel. Appreciate that very much. Give me 1 second. Let me do something real fast. Let's go ahead and do 50. There we go. Much better. All right. We got Little Spongy official in the house. What's up, Little Spongy? Who got released? Now that, my friend, is the $1 million question. That is the $1 million question that I'm going to answer for you in just a second. How are you doing, crazy guy? The number one Cowboy fan. What's up, brother? Welcome to the channel, bro. Welcome to the channel. So, the quarterback that got released, if you haven't heard already, ESPN went ahead and laid off Steve Young. Steve Young is now unemployed. They have laid off about 20 characters, they like to call it, popular characters from ESPN. It's all a budget, money game. And so they let go of Steve Young. Steve Young is no longer part of ESPN. Now, don't worry. Trey Lance, Sam Darnold, and our young kid, Brock Purdy, is still on the team. The quarterback that got fired, if you will, was Steve Young. Steve Young got fired. Unfortunately for Steve Young, he no longer is going to be on Monday Night Football halftime reporting, and that's I don't know. That's kind of like, wow, right? You know, not having Steve Young reporting Monday Night Football is going to be huge. At least for me. But it is what it is. Nobody is guaranteed to work forever. Everyone gets fired at one point or another. That is just part of life, unfortunately. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Make sure tonight, for those that are watching right now or watching this on a replay, tonight I will be going live with my co-host, Jess, from East Coast Red and Gold podcast. We co-host a channel called Niners Now Podcast. You can find that on YouTube. Just type in Niners Now Pod, Pod. It takes you straight to the channel. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you're notified each and every time we go live. We go live today at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. So make sure to give us a follow on Niners Now Podcast. We would appreciate the support. We will be going live tonight at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. So make sure to check us out there. So Steve Young is no longer part of ESPN. Unfortunately. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Give me a second real quick. It is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see here. These are not what I'm looking for. Give me a second. Charge. What is going on, Don? Welcome. Hello, my big brother. Niner Beto. Let's go. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. Appreciate you very much. So, Steve Young is no longer going to be part of ESPN. Such a shame, man. I think the work that he did, the way he was able to break down the quarterback position was incredible. Unfortunately, we're not going to get that any longer now that he's gone. Ándale pues. Después hablamos, Crazy Guy. Viva los Niners y chale con los pinches vaqueros de Dallas. Please don't forget to smash that like button and wipe your feet. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Make sure to wipe those stinky feet. Make sure to wipe those stinky feet. Let's go. Why am I not seeing it? Hold on. Why am I not seeing it? Doing good, waiting for Ariel to get home from her last day of summer school. Ooh. Oh, summer vacation is about to kick in. What's up, my brother from another mother? Brian Cope is in the house. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. Welcome, bro. So Steve Young, no longer part of ESPN. That is crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. If you ask me, wow. That is just crazy, right? Oops, hold on. The fact that he's no longer part of Monday night is a topic within itself. Okay, here we go. I was wondering why I couldn't see it. So, let me welcome my boy, my brother, from another mother, a faithful Saints fan. Have you gotten your new Derek Carr t-shirt, jersey yet? 615 Random Goat is in the house. What's up, brother? Yeah, Max Kellerman got let go as well. Gundy from the NBA got gone. He's gone. Van Gundy. Johnson's is gone. Quite a few. Even the other character, McShay, known for his draft analysis for ESPN, is no longer part of ESPN either. They're bringing the axe, man. It's because, yeah, it's 5 years, 5 years, $85 million for Pat McAfee. Hey, it sucks for the rest of the guys and girls, but more power to Pat McAfee. If you can start your YouTube channel, become very well known to the point where ESPN is going to throw a $85 million contract for 5 years your way. Take it and run with it. Okay. So now Ariel's going to catch up to Jayla. Perfect. What's up, my brother from another mother? We got David Corona in the house. What's up, David Corona? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. I see Brian. I appreciate you. You're playing me and Ted. You're on Ted's channel, my channel. I appreciate it, brother. You are rocking it, both of us. Appreciate that. ¿Qué es mi favorita jersey? Steve Young. Steve Young is my favorite jersey. For sure. Yes. We're going to a Giants game in a few weeks. Yeah, the Giants had a rough game against the Blue Jays. Hopefully today against the Mets, we start picking up some W's. Me and my wife, we might be going to the Giants and A's game on July 25th. That's my wife's birthday. My birthday's August 9th. Hers is July 25th. So we kind of might just combine our birthdays and go do something fun. Watch a Giants game and then do something at Fisherman's Wharf afterwards. I got you, bro. I hear you, man. I sell jerseys, bro. I sell jerseys at a very good price. So if you ever need one, let me know. I also customize it to your liking, or I'll tailor make it. Some of us are big like me. Certain sizes don't fit you properly. You have to have it tailor made for the big boys. I just try to support. I know, bro. You have that love, man. I know. Yeah, he's on there right now with Eric Crocker. So that's pretty good, man. Mr. Ted DiBiase with Eric Crocker talking about the quarterbacks. Go figure. Quarterbacks. Who needs any stinky quarterbacks? My favorite jersey definitely has to be Terrell Owens. T.O. Oh, T.O. Interesting to say the least. T.O. So, training camp will start. We got the dates. We don't know exactly yet what dates are going to be available to the public, so the public can buy their tickets to go to the training camp that is open to the public. But dates were confirmed by San Francisco website that rookies will report July 18th. And then a week after, the veterans will report on July 25th. So you got July 18th for the rookies. And then you got July 25th for the veterans to report for training camp. Then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of the 49ers. We're going to have a lot of things to talk about. Most definitely. We're going to be able to talk about training camp. We're going to talk about Brandon Ayuk, Jordan Mason, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle, Kovic McKivitz at the right guard position. How is Jake Brundle looking for second year at center? How is Spencer Buford looking at right guard? Obviously, we're going to talk about the Trey Lance and Sam Darnold. Is Brock Purdy coming back to training camp? Will he be the starter week one? There's going to be so much to talk about once training camp starts that we can kind of zero in on the offense, special teams, and the defensive side. I'm looking forward to seeing Hargrave with pads. I'm looking forward to seeing Drake Jackson with pads. How is Drake Jackson going to look? Is he going to take advantage of that second year and just take and run with his position? This position is for him to run with it or lose it. And hopefully he takes it with stride, becomes that beast opposite of Bosa. Imagine a powerful sacking machine in Drake Jackson year two. And then you got Armstead, Hargrave, and Bosa just in that front line. And then you have what? Kalia Davis, Kinlaw, Givens, all these rotational guys that can come in on the inside. And then you'll have Farrell, you'll have Austin on the outside. How dangerous can this defense be if everyone can remain healthy? The key thing is, can you remain healthy? If you can remain healthy, this team can go as far as they want to go. I'm curious to see how they do it. I am trying to get to training camp this year. Maybe I'll go the day that you go, depending on the day. Let's talk about it, Brian. Maybe we can go together and have a fun day at training camp. I think that'll be fun. Oh, you're taking Tony. Okay. Yeah, I never want to get involved in between the Mr. and the Mrs. I don't do very well. I'm not the other guy. I don't like to share.
I don't like to share. I want you all for myself or nothing.
Crazy guy says only the blue and the we're going to see the Giants versus the Rockies, Colorado Rockies, July 9th. This is our second time seeing them play against each other. Okay, got you. No way, we can all go. No, I'm not good at being the second person. It's either all me, all of this, or nada. Oh, some of you guys are just puked right now. I'm sorry. My beautiful cup my wife made me, Niner Sickness. That's what I'm talking about, baby. The best way to drink some chanate is in a 49er cup. Let's go. I'm sorry. Took off your comment, didn't even read it. I want to go a couple of times. We can figure out something. Yeah, we can definitely do it. Don't be laughing at me, bro. I get really like I get a complex. Don't do it, man. Don't do it. I get a complex and then I get all shy and then I don't know what to say. Taking the whole family. Right on, brother. That's the way you do it, man. That's kind of what the event is for. Yes, you want to go and check out players, do their thing, who's practicing, who's not. A lot of podcasters want to go to training camp to kind of report on their podcast of what's happening. But if you can go with your family, just enjoy as a family day, that's awesome, bro. for sure. Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, she surprised me one day. She gave it to me, and I'm like, oh, look at these. Look at these. Speaking of baseball games, I'm going to El Paso game in July. Chihuahua's game, really? What college, or is that like a minor league somewhere? So, who's gonna show up in training camp? Who's gonna show up in training camp? Get my hat little there. Who is going to show up in training camp this year? Who's your breakout player on offense? And who is your breakout player on defense? I'm curious to know in the comments, who do you think on offense will have their breakout year? And who do you think is going to have their breakout year defensively? I mean, you have so many candidates, right? Specifically on defense. You have either Drake Jackson, Lenore, Hufanga. Is it Jair Brown breaking out his first year? Will it be Isaiah Oliver having a breakout year as a first addition to the Niners? Who is going to dominate and have that breakout year in the defense side and offense? I'm interested to seeing what happens in training camp. I am so excited for training camp. It's not even funny. Training camp is where I want to be. Give me a second. I had to bring that up. Training camp is where I want to be for sure. I cannot wait. Oh, I must have read that already. Yes, it's a minor league. Okay. Got you. What's up, Rick Diaz? Welcome to the chat, my friend. Welcome to the chat. My goodness, man. I cannot wait for training camp because I think it's going to be on fire. Again, I'm excited to see Drake Jackson, to see what he can do in pads. I want to see Isaiah Oliver, Samuel Womack. I want to see Lenore. Is Embry Thomas going to be able to get a spot on the 53? Will he be cut, maybe brought back to the practice squad? Will he just be gone? So many things can happen in this training camp. I want to see Darrell Luther Jr., corner that we picked up. I want to see Cameron, what's his name? The tight end that we picked up from Alabama. I'm blanking there for a second. I want to see him, what he can do, what he displays. I also want to see Willis, how Willis does from Oklahoma, tight end that we picked up in the 7th round. I want to see the 2 linebackers that we picked up, the kid that we picked up from TCU and the kid that we picked up from Purdue. Robert Beal Jr., the defensive end that we picked up from Georgia, a Georgia product. How is he going to look in preseason? Man, I cannot wait for preseason. I cannot wait for, normally I'm not looking forward. I enjoy, excuse me, my stuttering there for a minute. I enjoy watching preseason. More than most. Most of you don't like it. I do. I enjoy it. But this year, I'm looking for it even more. I'm looking for it even more this year on seeing what these prospects are going to do, what they can do, what they can showcase in preseason. No worry, you're probably already gone from the screen, but tell Ariel I said hello. Am I blurry, or is it just me? On the defensive might be 3 or 4. I don't know who's going to be, but I know it's going to be something like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're right. I mean, there's so many key players that can step up, right? You can get the Drake Jackson that steps up. You can get the Lenore, the Isaiah Oliver, the Samuel Womack. Is it Hufanga? Is it going to be Jair Brown? So you're not wrong, Rick. You're not wrong at all. Who is it going to be? I love preseason. I wish they would go back to, oh my goodness, 6 preseason. That's going way back. I don't know about 6, bro. I don't know if I go that far. I mean, that's your opinion. I respect it. Don't agree with it, but I respect your opinion. I mean, I love me preseason, right? Specifically, like now we're gonna watch Trey Lance do his thing longer than he would normally be out there, because technically he's not the starting quarterback. Brock is. I want to see Robert Beal. I want to see what's his name? Ronnie Bell, the receiver that we got out of Michigan. I like this draft class. I really, really like. Now, we're really not going to know a lot about the draft class this year. It's probably going to be about a year or two before we really get a real good idea how these good or bad these players are going to be. But with that said, I'm excited to see these kids play. You're a Hufanga fan. I love it. I love me some Hufanga. I mean, the guy started his first year last year, and he became an all-pro. Not just a Pro Bowler, but an all-pro. That's pretty amazing. They had 4. Some teams had 5 because of Hall of Fame games. Yeah, but you said 6. Or you're trying to say that you would want 6. That's a lot, bro. I like that they took one preseason game away and they added a regular game and the regular season. Am I tripping? Do I look blurry? Let me see here. Give me a second. I think I look blurry. Let me switch cameras for a second. Let's see here. There we go. I knew it wasn't me. I know I wasn't tripping. You're shaking your head. I think 3 is good enough. I think 3 is good enough, man. Hola, Ariel. Hold on.
Hello, Ariel. How you doing today? How was your day at school? Oh, you're going to start summer. Today's the first day of summer. Yay for you. Now you can join your sister and have fun. And make sure you get your mommy and daddy all stressed out.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding about the stressed out part. Don't do that. Oh, kids will be kids, right? Kids will be kids. I'm telling you. My goodness. This year, could this be the last year that we see Juice in a 49er uniform? Could this be the year that we see, the last year that we see Juice in a 49er uniform? Especially that kid that we picked up, the undrafted free agent that we picked up, that's kind of versatile as well. If he kind of plays that fullback tight end role, do we save money on Juice? Because Juice, he's capable of doing a lot for this offense, but he's really primarily used for blocking. Do you want to pay a lot of money for blocking? I mean, it's important to keep your quarterback upright, but I don't know. You like my funny voices. Ariel laughed and said that you are a bonehead. Ariel, oh, hold on.
Ariel, why are you talking like that about adults? Now you're gonna make me cry?
I'm glad I made you laugh, and I am a bonehead. 100% true there. Ooh, an August baby. Well, my birthday's August 9th, so I'm going to be rooting for August 9th. This is the year of the rabbit. Let's go. El año del conejo. El pinche conejo. Crazy guy. What day in August? Quarterback safety is our need. What's up, newbie? Newbies in the house. Welcome to the channel. Well, we got quarterbacks. We just don't know what order they're going to be in. But we definitely got quarterbacks. More blockers, the better. I like it. There's always going to be a question mark right now for that right tackle, and particularly with Colton McKivitz. What is he going to be? Is he going to be equally to Mike McClinchy? Is he going to be a completely downgrade for McClinchy? But there's always that, just that, could he be better than Mike McClinchy? He's definitely better against the pass. All I know is this, newbie, that this time last year, we were going through the same scenario, but instead of right tackle, we were dealing with center, the unknown. Jake Brundle, he's going to be the starting center? What? He's been in the league for a few years, but he hasn't really started. Can he handle the task of being a starter? Can he play all 18 games? What kind of player we're getting in Brundle? All these questions, right? Why did the Niners not draft a center? Why did they not draft or bring in a free agent center? Yet, Jake Brundle was okay. Made it to the Pro Bowl as an alternative, or how do you ever pronounce it? I can never say it. I try to say it. I was going to say alternative, but that's not it. Can't say it. What's up, Jimmy? Hola, Beto. What's up, brother? So, do we need more blockers? Obviously, you can, of course, we need more blockers. But I got faith in Chris Forrester. I think he's going to be, he earned that trust with Jake Brundle, at least from me. So I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to see how Colton McKivitz plays out. If he handles his business, I'm going to be like, okay, that's 2 and 2. If he does it, then I'm going to criticize Chris Forrester and Kyle for going with McKivitz. We shall wait and see. If Juice blocks, maybe he helps the O-line. Could be. And I think that's why they brought in that tight end from what do you call it? Alabama. I don't know why I want to call him Cameron Diaz. He does not look like Cameron Diaz for sure. McClinchy was a downgrade. He ducked. I think you meant to say he sucked at pass blocking. Yep. He's too tall and too skinny. He was defenders were able to put their hands underneath him and just toss him like a rag doll. I didn't like that about McClinchy in the passing game. Yep. In order for they were happy with Jake Brundle. That's why they did not go after a center last year. They seem to be happy and content with McKivitz. Now, it doesn't mean that McKivitz is going to give you the same outcome that we got from Brundle. He could be worse, or he can even be better. Only time will tell. But they seem to be comfortable enough where they did not pursue a right tackle in the draft or in free agency. Daddy's girls. Yep. And daddy will be smiling from year to year until they become teenagers and they want to go dating. That's when daddy is going to get a lot of gray hair like I did. Waiting to this teenage years where they're dating a guy with his tongue pierced, his nose pierced, his eyelids pierced, tattoos everywhere. That's going to be fun for sure. I don't wish that upon you guys, but oh my God. My kids went through teenage years. I swear I lost about 10 years of my life. So many holding calls on McClinchy. Yes. Yes. That was definitely a problem for McClinchy. Although, as much as I love Big Trent Williams, he does get his calls for holding. We dismiss it real easy because he's such a great player. But I was getting annoyed last year with those calls on him. The player they got from, you mean Sirianni? The kid Sirianni they got from New York? The NFC boils down to Philly and the Niners, and who will have home field advantage for the playoff. That's why it's important to start fast and not slow like previous years. It's important to start fast, right? This is why if Brock Purdy is ready to go week 1 against the Steelers, this is why I think that they should go with Brock Purdy. I love Trey Lance. I think Trey Lance has a lot of potential. I do not think he's a bust. How could you if he hasn't had that many opportunities? Can he be one? Anyone can. Is he a bust? No, at least not yet. But we don't have the luxury to start Trey and hope he can win games. Now, there's no guarantee you're going to win games with Brock, but Brock showed enough last year to win us all those games that he won. You know, he did not lose a game that he started. And technically, he lost the Philly game, but he got hurt. He did not finish. So let me rephrase it. Brock Purdy did not lose a game he started and finished. That's not a bad. That's pretty good. So I've seen enough in Brock to be more confident to go and win games that I've seen in Trey. Can Trey win games? Absolutely. Could Trey be a great quarterback? Absolutely. Does he have the luxury? Do the Niners have the luxury to continue to wait and see how long it takes Trey to develop? When you have a Super Bowl caliber team right now, the roster is built. The window is open. Do you really want to take a chance with Trey? I think the Niners like Trey. I think the Niners don't want to let go of Trey and see Trey become something special for another team, but they're stuck. They're stuck. Brock Purdy has shown enough. Brock Purdy has shown enough to me. Brock Purdy has shown enough to me that we can win games. We can win games with Brock. His decision making is great on the field. He doesn't lead the safety or linebacker with his eyes. He can look at one player but go completely to a different direction. So many things that Brock Purdy can do that I haven't quite seen from Trey yet. His decision making, his ability to escape pressure, his ability to extend plays, the way he commands the field, the way he goes through his progressions, the way that he makes his reads. I'm kind of inclined to kind of support and want Brock to be the QB1. Not that I don't like Trey, not that I don't want Trey, but the reality is, if you've seen the way Brock can do things, now, if Brock is not ready to go week 1, I do believe you do not pressure him to come in. Yes, you do start Trey week 1. But if Brock is cleared and capable of starting week 1, then you got to run with him. What's up, my brother from a different mother? We got Mr. Skoll in the house. What's up, Dave? He is a big Vikings fan. If the Skoll or the pitcher did not give it away, he's a big Minnesota fan. He loves his Vikings. He desperately wants what we have, which is some rings, some trophies in the trophy case. They have the trophy case. They just don't have the trophies in the case. But to be fair, our new trophy case has 0 trophies as well. So, yeah, we have 5, but those 5 were like 2 decades. I mean, not 2 decades, 2 worlds ago. Welcome, Dave. Just messing with you, bro. 33 points. Well, yeah, that's a good point there, newbie. That was a big difference between Jimmy and Trey. That when once Brock came in, we were averaging 33 points per game. A lot of people like to compare or make the statement as, well, Brock Purdy's numbers were very similar to Jimmy Garoppolo's. Very similar to Jimmy. I think they mean to say that as trying to make fun of Brock or trying to hate on Brock. But if you think about it, if you really think about it, okay, Brock Purdy, a 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant, the guy that was taken with the last pick in the 7th round, was able to come in and put up the same type of numbers that a 2nd round pick in Jimmy Garoppolo was able to do. That, to me, is impressive. That's impressive. The fact that he can put up the same numbers or better numbers than Jimmy, being a 7th round pick, the last pick of the round, being thrown in as a rookie and playing so good that he's able to put up numbers like the quarterback that's been here in San Francisco for the last few years. I know people say that trying to be, trying to hate on Brock, but I think that's positive. I think that's a good thing. If your 7th round quarterback can put up the same numbers than your starting quarterback after he goes down and not miss a beat, tell me how that's a bad thing. How is that a bad thing? Jimmy went down against Miami. I don't know about you guys, but I was like, oh crap. When Trey went down, I didn't like it specifically for Trey. I wanted to see more of Trey, but I wasn't really concerned because I knew what we had in Jimmy. Whether you like Jimmy or not, we knew what we had in Jimmy. We knew we can win games with Jimmy. So that fear, at least for me, wasn't there as much when Trey went down. But when when Jimmy went down and they had to put in Brock Purdy in, I was like, oh crap. This is going to be an ugly game. Brock Purdy's going to throw like 5 interceptions. He's going to be running for his life. That defensive coordinator from Miami was going to just go after Brock, which he did, by the way. And I'm like, that's going to be a terrible game once Brock came in. Because remember, we went to commercial, and this is what I was thinking during commercial. What's up, Cardcast? Welcome to the channel. And I'm like, crap. We're going to get killed. And Brock was able to come in and command the huddle. He was able to come in, and we did not lose a beat. And yes, Brock made mistakes throughout the year. Yes, Brock has some bad habits that he needs to work on. Yes, Brock doesn't have a strong arm. He's not 6'3", 6'4". But I always said, those little dogs, they have a bigger fight in them. Because they're so small, they always have to fight for everything. They have that hunger and that thirst just a little bit more than those prototypical type quarterbacks that are 6'3", 200 pounds with a big arm. Brock Purdy was able to come in and command the huddle. He was able to command the huddle. He did not let the game be too big. That one throw to Kittle down the middle where he got just, the defender was in his face. The defender was in his face, and he threw that ball knowing he was going to get rimmed and he completed that to Kittle for a first down. That right there told me this kid is special. I still don't know what he's going to be. I am not crowning Brock Purdy the next Joe Montana, okay? I'm not saying that Brock Purdy is going to be the next franchise quarterback. I don't know that yet. We don't know that. Just like we don't know that Trey Lance is a bust, we don't know if Brock Purdy is going to be a Hall of Famer or a franchise quarterback. But what I do know, based on that play, this kid has heart. This kid has heart, and he loves football. He knew he was going to get killed, and he still got off that ball to Kittle. Nick Mullins would have just pissed in his pants. C.J. Beathard would have pissed in his pants. You still have those 5. We have 0 Lombardis and lost our only NFL championship trophy in 1969. Yeah, but this is what have you done for me lately? What have you done for me lately? And lately we haven't done nothing to get another trophy. So yes, we do have 5 in the archive that can never be taken away, but I want to see a new one without dust. One that it just kind of shines a little bit more because it's brand new. So, yes, do we have 5? Yes. Do I want to see a 6th one? Absolutely. What's up, David McNiners in the house? Welcome. What up, Edo and the Niner Empire? Wipe my feet. Thank you for wiping your feet, sir. I appreciate that. Newbie says, Purdy didn't get sacked as much and was smart enough to throw the ball away to save down and distance. Jimmy would get sacked and it would be 2 to 15-yard loss. Absolutely. 100% I agree with that. There I go with the autofocus. Sorry. That's a good point, Newbie. Jimmy would have either got sacked or thrown an interception. Brock Purdy seems to be more poised. His release is not as fast as Jimmy. That's one thing that Jimmy has is that quick release. But once things break down, Jimmy wasn't a good quarterback to improvise and try to make something out of nothing. If it was there, Jimmy can, boom, hit that receiver for a great gain. But if that play broke down, of the receiver that he wanted to go to, his primary receiver, he was terrible of looking at his other playmakers. One thing I've noticed with Brock scans the field. He goes through all his progressions. Those touchdowns to McCaffrey and Elijah Mitchell against Seattle, they were not scheduled touchdowns to them. The line broke down, the play broke down, and Brock was able to make something out of nothing, escape, step in forward instead of stepping back. You notice that when Brock steps into the pocket, based on stepping out of the pocket, he's much better. Thank you, Rudy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the love of this. It's a little messy. I apologize for that. A little messy, but you can see my flag back there. See if I'll show you my flag that I have against the wall. See that Niner flag? I don't want to stand up. That beautiful Niner flag that I have it there, and I have one right there. You can't see it. But yeah, this is my messy studio. But I appreciate that. Let's see here. Brock is heck of accurate and throws and pretty. Yeah, see, people want to condemn him for not having a strong arm, and he doesn't. There's no denying that. But neither did Drew Brees. Drew Brees did not have a strong arm. You know that saying that when you lose your eyesight, you pick up better hearing? You know what I mean? Like you lose one type of sensor in your body and the other one kind of gets amplified. I think the fact that Brock Purdy knows he doesn't have that strong arm, he makes up with it with clean throws. And let's be honest. Yes, it's nice to have a Justin Herbert. They can throw the ball deep. Yes, it's nice to have a Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. But this system that Kyle Shanahan runs is perfect for Purdy. You don't need to be that big quarterback. The quarterback does not have to win you games like Mahomes or Josh Allen. They just got to make sure they don't lose you the games. When you got Pro Bowlers across the board, playmakers, when you got Brandon Ayuk, Debo Samuel, George Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, Juice. You got, I can't think of his name, number 15 right now. Jawan Jennings. Brock Purdy doesn't need to have that big arm. Now, is it nice to have a big arm to kind of keep the defense honest? Yes. You don't want the defense to always be piling the box, right? The more they have to spread back, the better chances to move the ball inside. Having Kittle do his thing inside and Debo. But having these playmakers around Brock Purdy, does he really need to have that strong arm? I don't think so. Would it have been nice if he could? Ideally, it would be nice to put Brock Purdy ways of handling the ball, handling the pressure, getting rid of the ball, going through his progressions, and put all that into Trey Lance's body. That would be the typical quarterback that will just win a Super Bowl years to come. And that might be Trey. So I understand when a lot of Niner fans, they don't want to get rid of Trey because they can't fathom that maybe Brock does not work out in the long run. And then Trey goes to somewhere like the Commanders or another team and just becomes this quarterback that wins 2 Super Bowls. That's a hard pill to swallow. Even if that happens, even if Kyle Shanahan gets fired and John Lynch, they may be gone, but we're still Niner fans. It's not like we quit becoming a Niner fan just because those guys get fired on a situation when they get rid of Trey. Brock doesn't do it, and Trey goes somewhere else and becomes a hero. But then there's also that chance where that Brock does go to another team. Excuse me, Trey goes to another team. Trey just is mediocre. Not bad, but not too great. Just a game manager. And we win a Super Bowl with Brock. This is why head coaches are always on the hot seat. What's up, Laura? Kat, what's up, Kat? Good to see you. Good to thank you. Happy Friday, by the way. Happy Friday. All I want is an accurate, calm, smart QB that can step up in the pocket and also have some wheels. Simply even just throw the ball away when nothing is there. I agree. And I think Brock Purdy can do that. I think Brock Purdy has shown that he can do that. Now, does he have the wheels that Trey may have? No. But he's shown that he can run if he has to. Brock has shown that he can throw the ball away when he has to. And based on the touchdown to INT ratio, he doesn't give the ball over either. He's smart with the ball. I'm not hating on Trey. The 49er fan base has gotten so bad that if you root for Trey, you hate Brock. If you root for Brock, you hate Trey. And God forbid that you even root for Sam Darnold. Oh my goodness. If you even say that you want to see Sam Darnold, maybe see what he can do, they'll crucify you alive. I don't understand that. Maybe I'm old school. Maybe I'm just too old. I come from the old school. I want to win a Super Bowl. The name in the front matters more than the name in the back. Now, ideally, you want to win multiple Super Bowls with Trey. Why Trey? Because he has the most upside, and you gave up 3 number ones to go and get him. So that ideally you want to win with Trey. But I'm okay winning with Brock. I'm okay with going forward with Brock, even though he's a 7th round pick. And what happens if Sam Darnold, I understand he sees ghosts, what like people like to say, or he's been trash. There's nothing that anybody can do for him. I just don't think that's true. Let's look at Steve Young, for example. Steve Young is a Hall of Fame quarterback. And it sucks that he got fired today from ESPN. But when he was in Tampa Bay, he did not look good. They were calling him a bust at Tampa Bay. And Bill Walsh saw something in Steve Young. He took a chance on Steve Young, brought him in a trade in 87. He sat behind Joe Montana for a few years, and the rest is history. Now, am I saying that Sam Darnold is going to be a Hall of Famer? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is sometimes when you change the atmosphere, you change the area that you came from. What I mean by that, when he got drafted from USC, he went to a terrible program, which are the Jets. Terrible program. Then he went to Carolina. They're better than the Jets, but they're not as good either. Now he comes to San Francisco, where he's under Kyle Shanahan, arguably the best play caller in the NFL right now. And he has weapons to work with. He has Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, CMC, Elijah Mitchell, Jordan Mason, Juwan Jennings, the Kittles, the Juices, that number 1 defense that just got better with the addition of Hargrave. Could Sam Darnold resurrect his career in San Francisco? Of course he can. Let me ask you guys a question, a really honest question. Please take your feelings out of the equation. If you love Trey, if you love Brock, or you're okay and you can tolerate Sam, take that out of the equation for a second. If we win another Super Bowl, and it happens to be with Sam Darnold and not Trey, would you be really disappointed in that? Would you be that type of fan that like, I like the Super Bowl, but I can't really accept it because it wasn't Trey. Trey should have been the one to win that Super Bowl. And it says it wasn't Trey. I can't be 100% satisfied. So I don't care about the win. Or are you that fan that says, you know what? I would have preferred it to be Trey. Or if you're a supporter of Brock, I would have preferred to be Brock. But if Sam Darnold was the quarterback that it took for us to win another Lombardi trophy, I'm good with it. I would have preferred Brock, or I would have preferred Trey. But as long as we get that 6th Lombardi trophy, I'm okay if it was Sam Darnold. Because if you're able to say you're okay with that, you might not like that outcome. You would have preferred Trey because of what we gave up for him, or you would have preferred Brock because of that Cinderella story last season. You wouldn't be wrong. But the fact that you say, if you can say, I would rather have them do it, but I'm okay with Sam winning us our 6th, then you, my friend, are a true 49er fan first and player fan second. But if you're like, nope, this Super Bowl sucks because it wasn't Trey or it wasn't Brock, and I can't believe we won it with Sam Darnold, then, my friend, you are a football fan first and a 49er fan second. That's just the reality of it. I want to see Trey be successful. I want to see Brock Purdy be successful. But if we win it with Sam Darnold, or even Brandon Allen, which I'm really going down the rabbit hole. But even with Sam Darnold, Brandon Allen, if we win a Super Bowl with him, and we get to lift up that 6th Lombardi trophy, does it matter who's behind center? Or are you really stuck on your favorite quarterback that you cannot enjoy a victory because the quarterback that you may like more was not the one that got the team there? I think that's crazy, man. But there are people like that. Twitter is a freaking war zone. If you talk about Brock Purdy, you don't know what you're talking about. You're stupid. Trey this, Trey that. You're a racist. So many things get tossed your way if you're not a Trey Lance fan. It's okay to love Trey Lance. It's okay to root for him. It's okay to want him to be successful. But it's also okay to acknowledge that you love football and you love football first and you've seen what Brock can do. And if Brock was able to continue to do what he did last year and win games, then I am down with Brock Purdy. Do I want Trey to be successful? Yes. But I'm going to support whatever quarterback is behind center as long as they're winning games. I even supported Jimmy Garoppolo. I will never understand the hate for Jimmy Garoppolo. Yes, Jimmy made some bonehead plays. Yes, Jimmy did some terrible decision making and throws. I'm not denying that. But I can name you much worse quarterbacks than Jimmy Garoppolo. If I told you it's either Tim Rattay or Jimmy Garoppolo, who are you taking? Brian Hoyer or Jimmy Garoppolo? Those are only 2 options. Who are you taking? Nick Mullins or Jimmy G? Who are you taking? Jimmy wasn't great, but he was able to win games. And people say, wow, that game against, and I even said it playing around, the game against Packers in 2019, the NFC Championship game, how many throws did Jimmy do? It wasn't Jimmy. It was the defense. It was the running game. A bad quarterback, even if he doesn't throw it much, still finds a way to lose you the game. If Jimmy was that bad, even though he didn't throw the ball that many times, he would have found a way to fumble the ball in the exchange between him and the running back, Raheem Mostert. He would have found a way to lose that game. Jimmy might have not won that game for us, but he did not lose it either. I'm just saying. Am I a big Jimmy G fan? No. But I supported him. I have his jersey. I have Trey Lance's jersey, and I'm going to have Brock Purdy's jersey. Sam Darnold? I don't know if he's going to be here long enough for me to support him. But it doesn't mean that I like Sam Darnold more than I like Brock or Trey. It just means that any quarterback that gives us the best opportunity to win the next Lombardi Trophy is the quarterback that I will support. There are fans and players, and there are fans of players, and there are fans of the team. It can be either or both. We deal with it on the Vikings side too. See, and I'm glad that you're bringing this from a Vikings perspective, Dave, because a lot of Niner fans think that the Niners are the only crazy fan base. We must be the only toxic fan base around the NFL. And I believe that that's not true. I believe that every fan base has toxic fan base. Because they're passionate about their team, they love their team, and sometimes they are a little delusional, but they love their team. So they're going to get crazy. But every fan base has that craziness. And great example by my boy Dave, a Viking. He's bringing us a Vikings perspective. He's saying it himself. He deals with it on the Viking side. And then we're talking about just loving players and loving teams. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other topics that he can bring up that Vikings go at each other for. Perfect example. A lot of Viking fans, they love Kirk Cousins. I can guarantee you, Dave is not one of them. This guy right here, he puts up with Kirk Cousins, but he's not a fan of Kirk Cousins. And I bet you that someone that loves Kirk Cousins might call Dave an idiot. Because how can you not support? Or maybe sorry, Dave, I don't mean to put words in your mouth. Maybe he does support Cousins, but he can do without him. And it's not just the Niner fans that are crazy and ludicrous. It's just we're around Niner fans more than we are around other fan bases. So we look inward instead of outward, and we think that we're the only ones that are crazy. I like Brock Purdy because of what I've seen him do. I love Trey. I want Trey to be successful. I want Trey to be able to make a long career, whether it's here or somewhere else. As a person, I want Trey to be as successful as possible, whether it benefits us or it hurts us. For Trey. But once Trey got hurt and Jimmy got hurt, what I was able to see, the production that I was able to see from Brock Purdy, the way he commanded the huddle, the way he was poised, the way he did not allow games to be too big for him, the way he was able to distribute the ball to all the playmakers, the way that he was able to make his reads, not to give away where he was going with his eyes. Get rid of the ball when you needed to. Those are things that you can't really teach a quarterback. Either you have it or you don't. You can have the best, strongest arm quarterback that just Jamarcus Russell. Hell of an arm. A cannon of an arm. How did he turn out? What's up, David Avila? Sorry. Let me acknowledge you there, my friend. How you doing? What's up, Niner family? Glad you guys are on today. Beto, what up, my brother? Let's go. I'm going to be live again at 5 o'clock today, guys. 5 o'clock today, Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, with my co-host, Jess, from East Coast Red and Gold Podcast. Make sure to check out her channel, East Coast Red and Gold Podcast, and our new channel that me and her are co-host of, which is called Niners Now Podcast. You can type in Niners Now Pod on YouTube. It takes you directly to our channel. Make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you're notified each and time we go live. We go live every Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern, to talk 49er football. So join us later on today at 5 o'clock to talk Niner football. Utah is 92 degrees. I don't know how hot it is here. I know it's not that hot. Arizona, Dallas, or Texas, or New Mexico are the places you do not want to be right now. Ooh-wee. What's up, 187? Bang, bang, Niner gang. Oh, I love it. BP13. Brock Purdy is a dog. Let's go. Why don't they teach our quarterbacks how to learn how to slide? Oh my goodness. Just because you get taught to do something doesn't mean that that's your first reaction to do. Maybe it's just, the right thing to do is to slide, yes. But when you're competitive and you're competing and the adrenaline is running through you, and you're running on pure adrenaline, you don't really think about sliding. You know to slide, but you don't think of sliding until you get hit, and then you're like, oh shit, I should have slid. But that's my show today. Steve Young is no longer with ESPN. He is gone. Training camp is around the corner. It starts July 18 for the rookies, and it takes off on July 25th for the veterans. There's going to be so much to talk about once training camp starts. I'm looking forward to it. I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting my channel, the Niner Sickness Podcast. Make sure to share, subscribe, and let others know about Niner Sickness Podcast. Make sure to follow me today at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern on Niners Now Podcast. Go to our channel, subscribe, follow our channel. We will be on there tonight, me and my lovely assistant, Jess, and we'll talk more 49er football. You guys have been amazing. Everybody that tuned in today, everybody that commented on my comments, you guys are amazing. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your love. Have a wonderful evening, and see you guys at 5 o'clock or 8 o'clock Eastern tonight on Niners Now podcast. Peace.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,